All right, good evening, everybody. I'm Mark.
And I'm Russ.
And this is a spirited endeavor.
That's right.
Oh man, I'm excited tonight.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
This is gonna be fun. Now we've explored ASW a couple times. American Spirited Whiskey. We got a couple of familiar ones here.
Yep.
But we also got a brand new one tonight. So we're going to explore three of them tonight. So this one is the Burns Night.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got the Druid Hill, and then this one is the Tire Fire.
Yeah, like I said, this is going to be fun.
This is going to be fun. Now, ASW is local here in Atlanta,
Yep.
and they're really putting out some amazing things.
Yeah, I have to agree. I'm totally impressed with them.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. So the one that we actually did a priming the pump on this one before, and I can't wait to get back into it. The Druid Hill. It's their take on an Irish whiskey.
Yeah, and the thing is these two are single malts. This one's an Irish, but they use conventional methods. They're using a copper pot still for distillation. They're doing 2 runs with distillation on the two. Basically what would be the equivalent to a Scotch, but on the Irish, they're triple distilling it just like they would in Ireland.
Copper pots.
Yep. 30% unmalted versus 70% malted barley, which I think is absolutely amazing.
Aging it in American oak casks.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, and yet they throw in these little twists that make them unique, and it's fun, man. It really is.
It really is fun. And we've been trying some local distilleries,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously we started off with Scotch, and we've kind of led into some bourbons and a couple of other things. But what we're finding is a lot of American distillers, in fact, a lot of distillers around the world do a single malt.
Yeah.
So it's barley. It's the only thing that makes it some of these not Scotch is that they're not made in Scotland.
Right. Absolutely. And you're right. We've tried them from all over the place. I mean, we've done most of the major countries that are making them.
Yeah, for sure. Japan, Australia, Sweden.
Yeah.
We've still got to do India, and we've still got to do Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, because both of them, and of course the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
India has definitely stepped up their game when it comes to whiskey.
Yeah,
they're really well known for it, actually.
Yeah, for sure. So, makes sense. Part of the British Empire at the time.
Yeah.
Or in the past, and certainly, they brought those distilling methods with them.
Yeah, their preferences and tastes, I'm sure, traveled with them.
Yeah, so really excited on this.
Yeah.
So tonight, I think we're going to start with the Burns Night.
Yeah, I think of the 3, this will be the milder. At least going based off of recollection, which could be way off. I've had quite a few drams since then, so maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So the Burns Night is mildly peated, single malt, again, equivalent to a Scotch. Now, the interesting thing is so Tire Fire is a peated barley, and they actually get that from Scotland. And when you distill an alcohol, you don't take all of the distillate that comes out of the still. You take the middle section, which is generally the preferable part. The feints are the tail end of the distillation, where you start getting some off flavors. You get some chemicals in there that you really don't necessarily want. And normally what they'll do with the feints is they'll take them and recycle them back into the next distillation for that same product. What they've done in this case, however, was they took the feints from this one, and instead of recycling it into the next batch, they put it into the Burns Night. So you get just a little bit of that peat influence. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. And it's pretty cool.
Now, having previously tasted that one, I mean, we found it to be pretty mild.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was a pretty mild, pretty easy sipper, and I'm really excited to see kind of how it stacks up against these others.
Yeah, and I mean we're kind of peat heads and smoke heads, so generally we're looking for a lot of peat and a lot of smoke, and this one I think we both felt was fairly subtle as far as the way it handled that.
Subtly complex.
Yes.
I think was the term that we that was coined.
Absolutely, and I think it's fitting.
Yes. All right. So I mean, first of all, and all of these things are non-chill.
That's
All
right.
of these are non-chill filtered, no color added.
Yeah.
And we don't need them. I mean, the seasons fluctuate here wildly in Atlanta. You know, it's we're known for our heat, but I mean, we get some pretty darn good cold snaps in here too. And the expansion and contraction from the barrels and everything certainly played to this. So the whiskey here ages actually more quickly.
Absolutely. Yeah, very much like what they encounter in Texas, except I think perhaps we may age them a little bit faster because of the more dramatic swings in climate.
Yeah, for sure. Colorado is very much a similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except they go from forest fire to deep
Yeah, no
freeze
kidding.
to glacial.
Everything's smoky. Now, I think
Exactly.
this one's about 45% ABV, which is generally what I've found with them.
All right, so that's got a very subtle nose.
It really does.
I'm definitely getting some of the maltiness on that.
There's a slight sweetness, a lot of maltiness to it, but again, it's not a strong aroma.
Yeah, really not getting a lot of smoke on that or anything.
No, I agree.
A little floral note, which is kind of nice.
Yeah,
A little perfumey. Maybe perfumey is
I
better.
think that's a good description. Yeah.
Okay. Cheers.
Yeah, I remember why I love this one. Wow.
Yeah, that's quite nice. Now it's got a little barrel spice going through it. I've got the vanilla notes, but that's kind of on the back end. It's got like this little toffee note. Not even vanilla, but like a toffee note.
Yep. And I get just a hint of peat to it. Just a hint.
Just
not
a
much.
hint. Yep. It's like a flash in the pan kind of peat in this.
Yeah. Just a little hint of it. Having had the tire fire, I can taste a little bit of what's in tire fire in this one.
A little bit.
And again, I think that's the faints that are being brought over. But it keeps it subtle. It's not overwhelmingly peaty or anything of that nature or smoky.
Yeah, it's got like a little ghost of that tire fire.
Yeah, exactly. That's a very good way of putting it.
Yeah, that's quite pleasant.
Yeah.
That's like I said, it's got a nice maltiness to it. Good caramel notes.
Yeah.
Toffee notes. This is a nice, easy sipper. I don't get any alcohol in that at all.
No, real easy to drink. Not going to challenge you. Just a nice whiskey. And we were talking earlier, I really like malt. I like malted barley, and I that's just kind of my thing, and this one delivers it, no doubt about it. But you still have a little bit more going on in the glass. It's not boring, but it's certainly not smacking you around either.
Exactly. It's subtly complex.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I like that. That's tasty.
Yeah. I mean, that would pair well with like chocolate.
Yeah, very well.
I mean, just
that was
the
dark
notes on
chocolate.
this with a dark chocolate. Oh, yeah.
I'd be all about that.
I wish I had a dark chocolate bar here and try out that theory.
No kidding. I might have to do that.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I enjoy that.
Okay. All right. Let me cleanse my palate here a little bit.
Yeah, may not be a bad idea. Don't want that peat carrying over.
Because the next one's an Irish, so this is not going to have any peat in it at all. It's their take on an Irish.
Yep.
This is going to be well, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I'm not even going to bother explaining it. We're just going to go through the
Absolutely.
time-honored motions here. Yes. Sorry for the heavy pour, but I just gotta.
Yeah, this one's good.
Yeah.
Really nice dark color on this too. I mean, compared to what we just had with the Burns Night,
Yeah, the Burns
by
Night-
comparison, this one's pretty dark.
Yeah, I mean, yes, because the Burns Night itself has got like a. I mean, it's also a nice amber color too, but the Druid Hill is just a really deep,
Yeah.
rich color.
And again, all natural. That's really pretty.
No, that's really pretty. The oils on that thing are amazing. So this has amazing palate cling.
Yeah, agreed.
Good mouthfeel. Okay, slancha.
Oh man, vanilla and toffee right off the bat. Good Lord.
Yeah, the nose on this thing is just toffee
Yep.
and vanilla, and it's got this nice maltiness to it.
Yeah.
It is so good.
Yeah, it's funny. You know, when we tried this previously, got a bit of a floral hint to it on the first nose, but now
Yeah,
pretty much all vanilla and toffee at this point, and it's just stunning.
yeah. This is a shortbread cookie if I ever came across one.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's
Really pleasant nose.
very pleasant mouthfeel too. Let's go for it.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
that's good.
Yeah, that is so good.
Yeah.
That is that really is as you said previously. It's not only an Irish whiskey; it's a damn good Irish.
It really
whiskey.
is. It's probably one of the better ones I've had, actually, if not the best. And I might have to put it there. That's tasty.
That
Good
is really
Lord.
tasty. Now, we're not, I mean, our experience with Irish whiskey isn't, huge at this point. But man, out of all the, and we tried the usual suspects, Jameson,
Redbreast,
Donegal, Redbreast,
Yep.
And this is right up there with the best of them.
Yeah, this one has a bit more going on in the glass compared to some of the other ones we've had. And that's always been my issue with Irish whiskey for the most part, is very few of them really have that complexity that I'm looking for. They tend to be a bit more subtle because of the triple distillation. But this one, man, plenty of flavor.
And the cost on this was about $30 a bottle. And at that price, I wouldn't mind dropping it into some coffee and doing like a really nice Irish coffee with this.
Yeah, good Lord, that's good.
Yeah, that is so good. But I mean, sipping this on its own,
Yeah.
yeah,
Again.
that's
Yeah, it's just tasty.
that's the balls.
It is. Yeah, it's got some good complexity, but it is not, it's still subtle, subtle complexity. It's not smacking you around. It's not overwhelming. It's not peaty. It's not smoky. It's just got lots of good flavor to it. Wow.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, thoroughly impressed with that one. Thoroughly impressed. All right, I'm going to switch these around.
Okay, yeah, we gotta
Play
play musical classes here. Yeah,
this one.
exactly, because we're gonna probably want to
Oh, man.
make sure that is not near anything flammable. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, kids. The tire fire. And let me just read a little bit of this. All right. Where was I? Water. Okay. For those select few who dare their breakfast with beans or with bears, who hydrate with beans, who hydrate with tankards of seawater, who like their whiskey with all the peat that can be seared into a single dram, tire fire is for you. That is a bold claim.
And it is for me. Like I said, I like a smoky, peaty whiskey. This, however, is unique and so cool. The fact that it is a local distillery doing it makes it even better for me, because finding it's not a problem. Man down. On that note, let's have some whiskey.
Let's have some whiskey. That man is drowning. Throw him a brick.
Yes.
Okay, so all right. So the oils on this thing are amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful color.
Similar in color to the Burns Night. Not quite as dark as what we encountered with Druid Hills, or Druid Hill. But yeah, really nice color to it, and really nice glass cling.
All right. So here's mud in your eye.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh, wow.
Okay. All right. So coming off of the Irish and going into this
Yeah.
is like, eating a nice plate of cookies, and then here's a piece of liver.
Yep. You're it. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
Wow. I get like burned wood.
Yeah.
I mean, just up through the sinuses. That's the first thing I hit is like a burnt piece of oak.
Yeah. I'm certainly getting the smokiness in this,
Yeah.
the peatiness. It's got all of those notes on that. I mean, to the max. Now, this does not taste remotely like an Isla.
Oh no, not at all. Not even a little.
Not even a little. It's its own thing. It really does have the scent of burning tires.
Yeah. And the interesting thing is, again, the peat that they're getting or the malt, excuse me, is malt from Scotland that's peated there. So, but there's something special about this. This one lingers. This is when you're going to be tasting it for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's got a great mouthfeel and a very lingering finish. And you're really getting that smokiness and that peatiness. And it's very welcome. When we say that it smells like a burning tire, it really does. But it's not off-putting even a little bit.
The taste is fantastic. You would think that the smell and our descriptor would probably turn a lot of people off, but damn, it's good.
It really is tasty.
And you're right, it's a little thicker than the other ones, a little bit more viscous. Not that the other two were thin by any stretch of the imagination, but it seems like the oils are just a little more present in this one.
Yeah, I mean, all of these things have great. All of these things, each of these whiskeys has very, very great, good, lovely palate cling.
Yeah.
There's a nice, long, lingering finish to all of them.
Yep. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, not bad for a little distillery here in Atlanta.
I really dig what they're doing.
Yeah, I really do too. Now they also have a bourbon. There's a couple of they have two bourbons. They have a cask strength and a barrel, or not a barrel strength, but just a standard. So I'm really curious to try those.
I am too.
I've kind of. Maybe we get back into bourbons maybe a little later down the road. Maybe we'll break into that. But certainly, the single malts is kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. We've explored bourbons and we explored some rye and so on and so forth. And while I've enjoyed those, it's always nice going back to barley. That's my wheelhouse. It's what I look for. That said, I've had some really fantastic bourbons as of late.
Yeah, we've kind of gone down that road, and that's been so much fun to explore. And now it's like, okay, let's touch the stone. Let's get back to bourbon. Let's get back to Scotch, maybe, a little bit.
Yep.
And then we'll hang out there for a little bit, and then maybe head back out.
Yeah. So as far as your preference, I mean, which one is your favorite?
Oh man, this is hard. But I'm gonna have to go with the Druid Hill.
I could see that. I'm kind of torn between that and the Tire Fire, honestly. But the Druid Hill, I think, is just a better. The average person is probably more likely to enjoy that than the Tire Fire. Tire Fire is one of those things where it's for a specific type of person. Right.
So I think if you're a big fan of smoke and peat and everything, the Tire Fire is right up your alley. I mean, if you just like that, you want that. You want to eat like a charcoal briquette. I mean, that is the whiskey for you.
Absolutely.
But if you're, you like the shortbread cookie and, kind of a nice easy sipper and, maybe something that would pair well with, like in a cup of coffee, that kind of thing. The Druid Hill is kind of where I would go.
I agree. And the fact that it's easy to drink and it's I hate to say it's smooth, but it's not boring.
Oh,
and that's what I love about it is it's not boring. I've had some other Irish whiskeys where, again, the vanilla was really strong and, it tasted nice, but it was just lacking those little, basically what this one offers. The complexity, the depth of flavor. And I hate to say it, but I think the Burns Night is going to come in third, but I mean, given the company here, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
Again, you know what? It has nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah. Really good. So, looks like we've got a couple folks in here. We've got Ron Schmidt has joined us tonight. Tom's joined us. Hi, guys.
Hey, guys.
Henry's with us tonight. Mr. Zap McSparky, I think it was.
Zap McSparky.
Looks like his lamp turned out great. I saw he put sand in it. It looks fantastic.
It really does. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, looks like Henry's drinking the Burnheim Wheat whiskey, which is one he did a review on recently. So check out the channel for that one.
Yeah, check out his review. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And Ron was drinking an old fashioned with Knob Creek.
Nice.
Yeah, which I think is a pretty good good selection. Knob Creek, I think, is a pretty solid solid choice. I had a Blanton's the other night. So Joey Mobbs, one of the guys that pops in every now and then, brought by a Blanton's to try out. I was really impressed. I might have to pick up a bottle and we'll do a review at some point.
Yeah, we haven't tried I haven't tried the Blanton's yet. So
Yeah.
I'm really curious about that one.
The finish, I definitely picked up some cherry on it, and it was really probably one of the stronger cherry kind of aftertaste that I've gotten out of a bourbon. I thought that was pretty cool.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. All right. So where do you want to go next week?
That's a good question. Well,
I think we need to go back to Scotland.
I agree with that.
All right.
Well, what do we have that we haven't done? So,
Ooh, good question. Well, we haven't done Highland Park in a while.
you're absolutely right. We were talking about that. I think it'd be good to do a lineup of them to just kind of compare and see what's there.
Yeah, I think so, because I think we've got a couple in here that we haven't broken into yet.
Oh, okay.
So I think it might be time to break out some old favorites and then grab a couple of these others. Now yes, for sure. I can't think of the name of the one right now.
Well, the last one I knew of that you picked up was the cask strength, which was friggin' stunning.
The cast strength was amazing.
Yeah,
but
it was phenomenal.
But there was another one I picked up too.
Ooh, damn! You've been busy.
So yeah, a little bit. All right, so we're gonna do Highland Park next week. We'll let you know.
Awesome.
We'll let you guys know which ones we're gonna do. So if you want to play whiskey bingo with us, and
I'll update some bingo cards too.
oh yeah, thatd be fun.
I think I need to
haven't
do
done that in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can keep track of get your bingos with our unique word amusements.
Better yet, might have to do a Whiskey Wednesday bingo card in which we have both bovine and sheep and maybe some chickens for certain chicken pluckers.
All right, so we got a few things going on right now. So we're filming our priming the pump editions, which are 5 to 6 minute whiskey reviews of a single whiskey, and we really enjoy that. We actually did a couple of the AWS or ASWs today, American Spirited Whiskey. So we've done that. We've got a few of them in the can also.
Yep, that's
that we haven't released. And so we're gonna pop those out. Those will be on YouTube. They'll be on Instagram. Wherever you find us. And then Whiskey Wednesday. I mean, if you just want to just walk on the wild side with us, my brother Henry joins us, and we usually get a little irreverent. I'll usually do a whiskey pairing with something. Maybe sometimes something unusual.
Like spam?
Like spam.
That's happened.
I'm always looking for, and my approach to that is always to find something that would pair well with that whiskey.
Yeah.
It's not just to get something unusual, but just to give you a really interesting idea on a pairing.
Yeah, well, like the last one where you went and did sardines with an Isla.
Yes.
I mean, perfect example, because an Isla is kind of that briny, seasidey type flavor to it, and then you have sardines, which are fish. So
fish.
Yeah, that kind of goes.
Yeah, you gotta kind of do that. So I'm looking for the pairing that's going to work, and it might be something unusual. So you might want to tune in for that. We have a Spirited Endeavor trash can available at all times.
Yeah. We're going to make Spirited Endeavor stickers, I think, so everything can be Spirited Endeavor. Trash cans, recycle bins,
whatever. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Absolutely.
And then of course, join us on Saturdays where we do our live event, and anything can happen.
Yeah. I got to say, though, I really enjoyed tonight. This has been one of my favorite discoveries as far as distilleries go, especially being a domestic and so close to us. it's just worked out really well.
Yeah, and I see a trip down in our near future where we're going to actually go down there, and maybe we can get something filmed down there.
Yeah, I think we're at least going to have to visit them and check out what they're doing and talk with some of the guys.
All right.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Okay, very nice.
Looks like everybody's been having a good time in chat. Matter of fact, looks like we had Joe joined us tonight.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, new viewer. Welcome to the club, Joe.
All right, glad to have you aboard.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for joining us. And I think we'll say have a good evening.
All right. Good night.
Take care.